My name is Moses Ochieng. Current CEO and co-founder Investa Farm. I'm also a Cohort 1 alumnus of the Powerland project.
Okay, tell us about, just taking you back, tell me about how you learned about Powerland project.
Yeah, so it was a very interesting time. I remember my family was going through a hard time at that time, and I was dropping out of the university, and I was wondering what's next for me if that happens. And then I was just watching the TV, and I saw the announcement on NTV, to be particular, about Powerland project and their mission of training 1 million developers in Africa. So I got very interested, and I started looking for what it was all about. It was great news to get accepted, number one, because I didn't have a tech background.
Tell us about the experience within the program. You say you didn't have a tech background. So how was that? Was it challenging?
I would say challenging and interesting at the same time. I loved how the course was structured. I loved how engaging the instructors were. I loved how well the community was coordinated, so in terms of peer-to-peer learning, the students. I loved competition, so there was also competition within the students, the different hackathons. So it was a really great experience. And I remember my very first hackathon within PLP, we won the Python project, and I was coordinating that team.
Was it your first time to participate in a hackathon?
Yes, it was actually my very first time to participate in a hackathon, and I remember we had like a team of 4, so we had to come up with solutions, and we had to build them using the tech stack that we had selected. And I was very interested in Python because it somehow related to AI, and it was just great to see how you could tell something to do something and then to do it. How
did your experience at Powerland project shape your journey as an entrepreneur? At the beginning you talked about being the co-founder of Investa Farm. So you could now bring out the entrepreneurial skills, and now Investa Farm. How Investa Farm came to be?
Yeah, so like I said, Powerland as a whole, we went through different courses, and the practicality of those courses I believe has really helped me. So we had a business course, how to be an entrepreneur, and just to mention, we also had like our final project where we had to pitch at KICC before investors. So having all these experiences, knowing how to build basic pitch decks all the way to very good ones, knowing how to present to people, knowing how to find solutions and things like that, I believe sort of like built me in a long way along the line. So that's where I sort of like started to have ideas now, being more like an entrepreneur. You see yourself as a creator, as an innovator, as a problem solver.
But what would you say are the biggest challenges you faced along the way, and how have you been able to overcome them?
I would say the biggest challenges obviously we faced was in terms of bringing a workforce that would enable us to build a product, because when we wanted to build the product, we sort of like tried to outsource for developers, but it was very expensive at the very beginning, especially at having full-time employees work for you day in, day out. I spoke to Albert, so Albert is an instructor from PLP. I spoke to him and told him,
director.
Yeah, director.
Yeah.
I spoke to Albert, and he mentored me on why I needed to push on, and why he felt I was the right person for the company. And after speaking to him, I think I felt different, and I wanted to not just prove to others that I was actually good enough to run the company, but also prove to myself. Yeah.
Amazing. And why Investa Farm? Is it something? Because one of the things we do at PLP is that we ensure that our learners come up with solutions around the problems they face every day. So why Investa Farm? Why did you think about Investa Farm? So
Investa Farm was born out of me seeing how my mom would do farming but would not get loans, and yet she had like so many groups, so many chamas and all that, and I was wondering why can't she get a loan against her savings in the chama from banks and other digital credit providers. And even if she got a loan, they were not customized for farming. So that also being that also having to like pay my school fees and things like that sort of like gave me the morale to actually help other farmers, because I believe it was not just supporting me, it was supporting other children or other people from Kenya who are basically relying on that to have their students or pupils pay for their fee. Their livelihoods were basically empowered by that and all that. So I felt farmers needed more opportunity, especially the women, because around 70% of the entire workforce in agriculture is basically women. So by providing access to finance for them and finding a way to include them was really important for me, and that's the motivation behind Investa Farm.
Amazing, amazing. I hope she knows what you do.
Yeah.
Maybe share more about how blockchain is, how you utilize blockchain within Investa Farm.
Yeah, so what has made Investa Farm unique is blockchain, and I would believe to an extension AI. So with blockchain, we're able to enable lenders from around the world. Anyone from around the world can literally invest in any Kenyan farm here. All they need to have is their wallet and stable coins. And with that, we believe it's the easiest way to even transfer money from anywhere. So that has really helped us. Number one, democratize investment, so enable as many farmers as possible to get loans much easily. Number two, reduce on the purchasing power of loans, because with stable coins, we sort of like have, it's not affected by inflation and other factors that affect different African economies. So by financing farmers using stable coins, then we're able to save them on inflation and issues like that. So that's why we went for blockchain, to be able to have all these advantages to ourselves. With AI, we have looked at how different farmers have been financed in the past. So we've seen different players just looking at financial statements alone. But now, if you look at farmers, most of them are unbanked. So like we have some of them without even financial statements, but still they qualify for a loan. So looking at farm asset valuations, access to market, and combining all these different factors. And number one, determining their credit worthiness, and then number two, approving them for loans in the platform.
What would you tell anyone who's looking to get into tech, looking to get into a program like PLP?
So I would say first, there's just so much that has to come from you, as much as you have the opportunity at PLP, which I believe is quite amazing, having all those expertise, experts in one place, and being taught about software and business hand in hand. That's really amazing for anyone and quite life-changing. So if you're able to utilize them to the maximum, then that provides you an opportunity. If you're looking to come into software development, I didn't even have a tech background, remember, and to mention that I'm actually a tech founder of a company it's amazing. So it's possible. Fast with PLP, there's every possibility. The connections, the networks you will get are going to help you in a long way. So all you have to do is commitment, engage more, and get to learn from everyone that's there, because there's just so much information. And then maybe if you're someone that probably wants, because before even I turned into an entrepreneur, I remember we got a job at HESA Africa thanks to PLP, a connection from PLP. So it was another experience. There's a lot of opportunities that I would have to like sit down and write them down to try and remember. Internship, HESA, Investa Farm, and all that. It has helped shaped me now. It has helped shape me as a person, me as an entrepreneur. And there's just so much ecosystems to learn from, because me and my Cohort 1 alumni. We have people running other successful companies. We have Benai of Paid, talk to him often. We have Neely of Zidali. We engage so often. So it's more of like even a community that continues building up. And if people see you guys, they're like, you guys are so young, but now they don't understand that there was actually a foundation that was built somewhere and that has helped you guys grow and be the successful people that you are in the tech space. So it's a great opportunity and you shouldn't miss it out.
Amazing, amazing. And what would you tell PLP?
Thank you so much. I can't thank them enough because what they've done is amazing. I'm a different person, so that's very interesting. I just don't, I'm out of words in terms of just telling how much happy I am for what they did to me, for who I have become, for who I'm going to be. So I'm just so thankful. I hope God continues to build PLP so that it continues offering the same opportunities to different people and to different students in Kenya, in Nigeria, in other places. So yeah, thank you so much.